on waiting for me to join. Music. Amazing. How is everyone? Scale of 1 to 10. Right in the chat. What do you think? It's 10 out of 10 today? 5? Is it a 1 out of 10 day? Let's make it better. 10. Amazing. Amazing. Let me make sure I've hit record. I sure have. Welcome to day 2. Let me just pop my screen on. Hey, you know what? While I do that, can you share for me your key takeaways from yesterday? Like, what was the thing that stood out? If you could pop it in the comments, that would be magnificent. And I'll bring the comments up and then I'll get myself sorted. What was the thing that stood out for you? I love these 10. I love the 10. Imran has said, I was a lot more positive yesterday. I had a great day all day. Wow. Ooh, isn't that cool hanging out with me and with everyone here? I wonder if that could happen more often. It's true. It's so true. When you hang around people who are like you, you know, your world changes. Selling yourself is a stretch. Knowing your bigger why. Creative business mindset is fun. Henriette, I love that, Henriette. Thank you for sharing. And Michael says, I was inspired about what more can I do? Oh, this is cool. I love this. How can we start to increase patient flow? Okay. And this is why I created, let me just admit who else was in there. The Practice Mastery Certification. This is it. Because we talk about all the special ways no one tells you about. Things that have worked for me, things that are working for my clients. And you'll hear from Josh today. We've got Josh on record here. I'm sharing video. Okay, amazing. Welcome to day 2. I'll get the music down. Welcome to day 2. Amazing. Who wants more patience? Hands up. Yep, without having to pay for paid marketing, hands up. Yes, yes. And that's the best part. That's the best part. I have, as I mentioned yesterday, used paid marketing twice more recently. Marketers don't know, and they'll promise, well, they'll say, yes, I have lots of dental clients. I'm not saying there are not good ones out there, but you probably have to pay a crap load like all of the health fund dental businesses do. They spend hundreds and thousands on marketing. And still, like, because they want to divert people into their businesses and out of all the preferred providers. Who here has a preferred provider practice or works in a preferred provider practice? Anyone? Yep. I hear now, like, your books are also getting emptied. That it's not as full. Not from me, from my clients as well who are in there. And they're like, hey, something's changed. Yeah, because all the health funds are diverting their people, their members, into their big boopers and their big HCFs. So for you, that means you've got a little bit more work to do. So we're going to recap on yesterday before we dive in. If I were hired as the CEO of my practice, what are the first things I'd change? Like, this was the big question we had at the end. This was day 1. We talked about putting yourself forward and going, hey, look, maybe things aren't working in this part. Maybe I've got to step into a leadership role and do what I need to do. We kind of mentioned personal brand a little bit. Not something hugely for you to worry about right now. And I'll tell you why. Because what are you selling on your personal brand? It's another business website. So if you have a look at mine, and you know what, I can share mine through these days if you wanted to. Or just go to vickysamios.com. I can pop the link here. That's my personal website. I am selling people into contacting me so that we can go on these sorts of chats on in Practice Mastery. It's my business website as well. So a personal brand is like, hey, look at me, look at what I've achieved. You need to have a direction and a call to action. And same with your business websites for dentistry as well. What's the first page that people see? Is it no photos? Is it a whole heap of writing? I want you to just visit like the practice that you're working at, do that sometime this week and kind of see, hey, what do people first see? Like, you know how we said, put your, I don't know if we mentioned this yesterday, but it might even be in today's, but I want you to put your feet and yourself in the shoes of your patients. And this is what we do a lot with my clients. Hey, what do they see as soon as they come in? This goes for websites too. That's your first kind of way that you attract people. And if it's not attractive to them, you're gonna not going to attract them. Or if it attracts the wrong people or no people, you need to revamp it and figure out what you need to put on there. So for you, influence is the number one thing that you need to do. Let me just, you can see all these, can't you? Yes. Yes, you can see. Great, great. Just making sure, like I forgot yesterday to put something up. And so for you, your patients and your wider community need you. You need to have that billboard I talked about yesterday. And I don't mean go and advertise on a billboard. I mean, how are you going to make the most noise to be seen in your community so that people go, hey, I'm going to Dr. Amanda today. Hey, I'm going to Dr. Imran. That's the practice I'm going to go to, and that's who I'm going to see. So today is about more momentum, booking more patients, being more clear, being more confident. And we saw yesterday that confidence comes from within. 85% of our success is our personality, ability to communicate. It's not our dentistry. I know the best business people probably aren't even chairside because they've figured it out. They've figured out that working on your business, and this is for the associates here too, working on your business rather than only in it, that's where the magic lies for your success. So how do you make more time? Well, this is where I help you create more time freedom. It's really important. So by now you would have taken first steps, maybe looked at awards in your area as well, maybe recognition opportunities. I know Henriette, for example, was recently Byte Magazine. Congratulations. Like, it's brilliant. Elevate yourself, elevate your brand. And I know a lot of you have invited others, like your associates, into these challenges. And can I tell you something really honestly? Do I have permission to just be really blunt here? 100% of them said no, thank you in their way. It's really interesting. Okay. And I notice the most no's I get, even for a free challenge, for example, is from the associates. So yeah, we're finger pointing a lot of the time. The associates are finger pointing at the owners are finger pointing at the associates. So where does the problem lie? Personally, I think it's both. As owners, we weren't taught to lead. We're trying to make ends meet and work in the chair and fill our chair. But when you shift that mentality, like I did many years ago, things change. So we're building on momentum. Okay, first activity of today. I'm going to put a song on very soon. So there are three big pillars that I teach, three big pillars, and this is what I teach to my clients. So you're getting insider knowledge. There's wisdom, wellness, and wealth to give you that full life. And full life has the 5 freedoms. Okay, location freedom, choice freedom, financial freedom, family freedom. So many freedoms. And let's start with wisdom, for example. You're all wise, you've all got knowledge. When we look at wisdom and you look at purpose, clarity, and growth, I want you to rate yourself out of 10, how you really feel about those things right now, not where you want to be, how you really feel right now. And then same thing with wealth, and you can write the numbers down and you can share them, say wisdom and your number out of 10, wealth, number out of 10, wellness, number out of 10. Then we've got wealth, your legacy you're going to leave behind, the business that you are in or that you want to create, and the influence that you are making right now. How influential are you? Wellness, your vitality, your health, your mindset, your leadership. We all need leadership, whether it's at home with our kids, whether it's in a business that is ours or not. So if you can do that, I'll put a song on or half a song on and really think, if I'm really being honest with myself, how do I rate myself out of 10 for each of these? Then we're going to add them up. And then you know what? I want you to put the full number out of 30 in our chat. All clear? Yep, super clear? Yep. Let's pop our song on. How are we all going? I see some numbers pop in. Who's a little bit shocked at their number? Or is it what you expected? Because we all like to get 30 out of 30, don't we? Yeah. When you step back and realize, hey, I'm not paying attention to the things that are important. I also want to share some things from before. Charu wrote something in there. She wrote award in community. Grab it. Yes, go grab it. You deserve it. And Maggie's a reminder we need to keep growing as a person too, not only the career. Yeah. Your career cannot grow if you don't grow. You will only reach the limits of career growth based on your self-belief and the limits that you put on yourself. You don't realize it because we're programmed a certain way. I could go into that for hours. We're programmed. Perfect. So I see 12s, 14s, 19s, 16. We know we're not below average. This is a bit scary, isn't it? To think, oh, I'm not paying attention. Not paying attention to this. Can you write for me what? Yeah, I thought it would be higher, Amanda says. Absolutely. That's what when I did it first, I'm like, oh, okay. And all my clients, same thing. They're like, I thought it would be higher. We're high achievers here. Why are we not achieving in the most important things in our life? One of my mentors, Richmond Dinny, says, never settle. And I want you to write that down today as well. Never settle. Because we settle. We settle for, oh, you know what? It's working, kind of working. Even though I'm completely exhausted or something inside feels like it's not right, I'm just going to keep going and keep working 6 days and not have time for my partner, not be in fully present in my relationship. And this is why, like for the practice owners here as well, associates, your associates, they've got things going on behind their system and their life. And this is why they're not performing. They don't have the courage. Like I shared yesterday, my associate, my 8 years experience associate who was meant to replace me. She had really big issues with her self-belief, which I didn't know. And I was even coaching her. Like I coach my team. I have one-on-one time with them. I have group time. What are you doing as practice owners? Are you hanging out with your team? You don't have to have any coach knowledge. Henry at 55 out of 90. Cool. So when we put that out of 30, I'm really bad at maths. Let's divide by 3. Let's go. I want to see. I'm just curious. Okay, curious. My curiosity has led me to where I am. It's really important. So 18.3 or so out of 30. Yeah. So everyone's around similar. Because you've never, yes, Mum.
I was really going to stay at home.
Billy's sick. I've got one sick child at home and this one's nearly sick now. You know how it is. You plan it all.
Stay home.
Okay, you talk to Baba, my love. Can you let me know what stood out for you? Like which area do you think you need to work mostly on? I'll put a little song on and you can decide. Is it wisdom? Is it wellness? Is it wealth? Is it any of the 3 within each of those particularly? Is it all of them?
Okay.
Yeah. I love what I'm seeing.
Stay home.
No, Georgie's going to school, my love. They're all negotiating. My kids negotiate who's staying home, who's going to school. Okay. So I love this. So wealth mainly, all. Maggie missed the question. So Maggie, which of the 3, wisdom, wellness, or wealth, do you think you need to work on? Like what's been highlighted for you? You go, hey, I need to work on this. All but mainly wealth. Yeah. And I'll tell you the secret. Wealth does not come if you don't work on the others. Money will not come to you if you don't have this self-belief, if you don't have clarity on your direction and what you're doing. Guys, can you go?
Staying home.
Yeah, go. You need to go, my love. Sorry. My kids, they're all having a meeting. Yeah. And they want to hang out. And wellness is a big pillar for them. Cool. All right. Was that helpful? Was that helpful? Yep. All right. So we'll go to the next one here. You know, I love to give you insights and secrets and things. Okay, dudes, can you go out, please? Thank you. Go, go, go. Go, my love. Sorry, guys. Hey, you know what? While I'm negotiating with them, what secret do you think you'd like to know about filling your books? What is it you'd like to know? How to fill the books, how to communicate well to fill the books. Yeah, huge things. All the secrets. Joint Practice Mastery Certification. Absolutely. All the secrets. They're all there. Really cool. Okay, so this is, I don't know if I can double click on here, but you can see that this is from 2019. It's about customer service and experience. There's one secret, okay? It's right in front of your face. Really important. Customer service, customer experience. Because when your customers are satisfied, sorry, George, just go, my love. It's okay, thank you. When your customers are satisfied, then you're going to.
Mom.
I already said yes, and can you please go and have breakfast?
Just staying home.
Yeah, no, just go.
What?
Okay, yes, everyone stays home. Let's go. Just leave me alone. Okay, I'm gonna deal with it later. Oh, everyone's staying home apparently. So, do you think that for you, if your customers are happy, that's going to help fill your books? And you think how? Like, I can't make the link. And that you're going to get higher revenue, higher profitability, and you're going to be at an advantage versus your competitors and those around you. Do you think that's true? Yep. Got Maggie's little one in there too. See, yeah, mornings, yep. Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk customer service. So there was a study, and I can post the link. I'll see if I've got the link here yet. I'll just post the link so you can also read it as well, read the long version. But I'll summarize what this study says. This is a really interesting study. Paste it in there. All right, the link's in the chat. For you, it's all about, hey, look, this is from 2019 and we're now in 2025, and this is even more important now. Customer service is your number one thing that's going to fill your books. So think about how are you inviting the patient in, so your patient's in, how are you then treating them? From internet, so from your website, from the phone call, then who's answering that call? We said they've got to be a pretty awesome person at the front desk, and they're not just a DA or just a receptionist. They've got to be really good with people. And then how's their experience throughout? And then the end, really important at the end, what happens at the end? I think today I'll show you a little video of what we do at the end. A little tip which will tweak today if you implement it. Tweak today how you finish your appointments. Who's up for that? Yep. Cool. So this research company, Gartner, they're well known for publishing data, predictions, frameworks that business leaders use in strategic decisions. So we need to realize, and dentistry's been really closed off, that there's so much knowledge out there, like the multi-million-dollar businesses, the corporate businesses, and it's when you infuse some of that knowledge and the insights into your business and into dentistry that you are winning. So they've brought out lots of tools, and this is what they said. This is the statistic. By 2025, 89% of businesses will mainly compete on customer experience rather than product price. Have you ever thought of that? By 2025, 89% of businesses will compete mainly on customer experience rather than product or price. I'm going to pop that in the chat as well, so you've got it. Okay. That comes straight out of that. And I can tell you, it's been really true for me. Did anyone know this before? No. Yep. And there's one of my mentors, Patrick Bet-David. He also mentioned this as well. And he's a media personality, he's coach, he's founded Value Entertainment or Valuetainment. So big entrepreneur. And that's where I heard this first. I'm like, oh my gosh, makes total sense. I need to share this with my people. So I'll give you a quick activity very soon. But I want to talk about discounts now first. Who is guilty of discounting their treatment to people? Anyone here? Or have you discounted before? I have. Yep. Yep. I'm putting my hand up. Absolutely. Discounts are ruining your business. Amanda, the mindset of your associates. Yep. I'm just going to read what Amanda said. That's so interesting, as my associates say their fees are too high. I don't think they are, so maybe it's down to personal barriers. Bingo. Bingo. Your money beliefs, and this is what we target in Practice Mastery certification as well, your money beliefs are blocking you from your success. You don't realize that you believe you're not worth it. And this is what our associates, for us business owners, are thinking. It's also their personal beliefs in themselves and the courage and the trust in themselves, in their capabilities. So what they're telling us is, hey, I'm not as confident as you think I am. That's one way to think about it. So what do they need? Yeah, you could totally get a coach to come in and coach everyone in your business. I know there are coaches who do that. Or they can be part of a community, and that can be quite confronting at times. I've got into businesses as well, and you see some people warm up, some don't, and you know who's going to stay in your business and who's not, because they've got a growth mindset or they don't. They actually are adaptable or they're not. And we all want people that we work with who are forward thinkers, who want to change for positivity, who want to improve things 24/7 every day. Like, I move very fast in my businesses. I move very fast, and I've got to have people in my businesses of a certain personality, of certain dreams and goals, so that they can help me achieve what I need to achieve. As I said yesterday, your team is really important. You can't have a business without a team. And we know we can't do dentistry without a team. So everyone's super valuable. And look, there are some business models where you do discount, like the 99 dental or whatever's out there now. But if you're discounting, think, well, what am I taking away from my family, from my kids' future? I want you to think about that. What am I taking away from those in my life? And maybe you've got to relay this to your associates. And associates here, maybe you've got to relay this to your friends and go, hey guys, stop discounting. Because people will find the money if they want to do something, and if you've showed value, and if that customer experience has been fantastic, they don't even question the money. Like for me now, I go to Pilates, for example. I don't even question how much the sessions are worth. I know I want an outcome. My outcome's to get fit and healthy. I book one-on-ones, and they're probably like $200 or $300 each, one-on-one for 1 hour. Not because I'm rich, but because I value myself. And we want our clients and patients to value themselves as well. But first, you need to value yourself. So here's a little task. I want you to think, well, if I'm discounting at work, where else am I discounting in my life? It's a deep question, and I'll type it in the chat once we get the music on. If I'm discounting at work, where else am I discounting in my life? So what are you missing out on? What do you think you're not worthy of? Clear? Yep. I'm going to pop the music on now. Loving your shares. Would anyone like to come up and talk? You can unmute yourself. I'd love for you to share because there's some really beautiful shares in there. What's clicked for you now? Because I put it very differently. No one's really told you something like this, have they? Is there anyone who wants to share? Be brave, be bold. Amanda, I can see you want to share. I'm putting you on the spot. Are you open to it? Yep, let me unmute you. Unmute yourself. I'll remind you. I'll pin you to our chat as well. Thank you so much. And I've put you on the spot. I know you can handle it. I know you. Let's unmute. All right. If you hit unmute. Amazing. Welcome. Let's give it up for Amanda. Beautiful. Well done. Tell us what stood out for you, because I know what you wrote in the comments.
So I think being completely burnt out was a massive eye opener for me. And I was working ridiculous hours and doing a lot of discounting. And why? I don't understand, looking back and having grown through a period of not being able to work for 18 months, why my mindset was in that place. Of thinking that I was being kind, thinking that I was pleasing people by discounting, and the sacrifice that you see when you're not able to work. You think, why did I do that? My wealth would have been so much more stable. And when I do return to work, my mindset has changed completely, and my time is valuable now, very very. And I don't know why I didn't think that all along. I have no idea. I don't know if it's just a growth thing, or having a change in health was an eye opener. I'm not really sure, but I just know that my mindset is in a completely different place to what it ever has been. And maybe it was even just having time, because I think when you work ridiculous hours, you have no clarity because you're just a slave to the system. And it's not until you get time to for yourself to reflect that you realize what you need to change. And I think discounting affects every part of your life. So it's not just your work life, it's not just your income, it's your sacrifice to your family because you've discounted the time you've spent with them. There's so many factors that I believe discounting affects. So that's my take on it. I know I've still got loads of growing to do, and I know I've now got to actually do it, so I can feel it, and I know that I need to go and then action my thoughts. And when I'm back chair side, which I have been for 8 hours a week now, there's absolutely no discounting. And even my practice manager, who is amazing, before I even walked in the surgery, she said, "No discounting today. I will be straight in that room if you dare try to discount," because she knows I'm kind, and that is me as a person. So it's very difficult. But then getting the mindset back to my worth is where I'm going to have to constantly remind myself. And that's the message I want to pass on to the associates as well, that their worth. Because yesterday we had a conversation. Firstly, I said, can you join Vicky's challenge? It's going to be really worthwhile, because I know there's a bit of a mindset issue there. And then I said I had a patient who didn't rebook for a crown on day one, and she blamed the price, and that was okay. I accepted that and thought, well, she doesn't value it. I haven't not sold, but she needs it, but she doesn't value what I've said to her. And I just accepted that and thought, how can I grow from that experience? As the principal dentist, I'm still getting the resistance. And her first comment was, if the prices are too high, you need to reduce the prices. And I said, no, I don't think that's the case. I think there's something in the messaging actually. Anyway, that I'm going off on a tangent.
I love it.
But I just think we just need to constantly reflect and learn on interactions, and yeah, but also always coming back down to discounting. It's affecting your family, it's affecting your time, it's affecting your business, and just knowing not to go back to that space.
Yeah. That's the hardest bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're programmed to do that.
Yeah.
This is why you hang around people who are going to
Yes.
remind you, you know
Yeah.
what? No, the old way is not the good way.
Yeah.
The new way.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Exactly.
sharing. Let's celebrate you. Well done. Thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate you. You can tell I love interaction and I value each and every one of you. And I want to make sure that each of you get the courage through these 5 days to share something. Is that a deal? Yep. Deal. Amazing. I'm going to read some other comments that are in there. Absolutely. So Charu has said on my personal life goals. Michael said business reputation, lifestyle, wealth. Absolutely. Amanda's given us her beautiful wisdom as well. Discount is not just financial, it is also giving time to yourself. They're all connected, aren't they? All those freedoms are connected. Overgiving, Henriette says, over responsibility, not allowing others to pay for me, not asking for help, being the one always helping others. Yeah, learn to ask for help, everyone. Help is around. Once you start looking, it's around. Charu has said, thank you, Amanda, for sharing your thoughts. Yes, I agree. Okay, what beautiful shares. Thank you so much. So customer service is important. If you believe in what you do, price doesn't matter. That's like a big key message I want to give to you. But there's a whole lot of work you need to do on yourself before you get to that point. And I've been in mindset, kind of studying mindset for 5 years now. And I'm still growing, and I'll grow to the day I die. So make sure that you've got this learning mindset, and that's what's going to propel you forward. And you've got to invest in yourself, because you could leave from these 5 days and go, hey, you know what? Great information. Shut my book. See you later. I'm going to go back to the way I do things. That's the easiest and most common path that people take, because you don't have accountability. You don't have a community around you. You're back to your same routine. Or you could choose to go, you know what, I'm going to go all in and I'm going to really give this a great shot. And I'm going to be around people who are the same as me and who think the same. Have you heard the saying that you are like the 5 people you most hang around? So the 5 people in your life, think about who they are. You might have their names. You might only have 2. When I first did this, I didn't even have 5 people. My circle was so closed because I was freaking working too hard, working way too hard. I want to make sure that you are giving yourself that opportunity to grow. Absolutely. All right, let's go to the next one. This is a really, I just want you to be honest here. Okay, so do you know what percentage of your patients rebook their next visit? Do you have real facts, or is it a guess? Just pop a number in the chat. And we know this is a really sacred space. Everything we talk about is private. So no one's going to go, oh my gosh, do you believe Vicky said she only has 20% rebooking? Yeah. We're seeing numbers like 50%, no idea. Cool, you got to have an idea. Ask your PM, Amanda, ask your PM to find out every single day. Out of your 8, 6, 5, 10 patients, 20 patients that come in. I don't know how your practice operates. I don't see 20 patients in my practice every day. You need to know your numbers. That's the beginning of you kind of going, hey, what are the patterns? What are the patterns of my associates? And you got to know your associates' numbers too if you're a practice owner. And if you're an associate, it's really good to know your numbers, because that's how you can improve. Or you go, hey, I wonder why only 10% rebooked the 6 monthly hygiene or their next filling. Yeah. Look, I don't love maths, but I've learned to love maths because it gives me my freedom. So change your mindset around. If you like I used to be, where you're like, oh, maths is my weak point. Dentistry is the thing I do. I want you to shift that mindset today. and to go, you know what? I've learned dentistry. Like, I'm a pretty high achiever. I can learn anything. I can learn some key numbers for me, for my day. Really important. The problem that a lot of practices face is they prioritize kind of the treatment and getting things like half an hour appointments. Like, I've got clients who started with half an hour appointments, and I'm like, you're exhausted. The money's not coming in. Your dentistry is not that great. How can you do a full checkup and clean in half an hour? Who wants to have a guess at the length of time we have for our new patient checkup and cleans here at my practice? What time would you say? 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours? Imran, you got it. 90, Maggie, you got it. 90 minutes. And we could even go to 2 hours because it's all about the experience. And I still always need more time because, like, everything that I've implemented in my practice and that I let my clients know about is what I've done before. I don't want you to make the same mistake, so just get the quick way there. It's time to now prioritize patient experience. Can you write that down? Patient experience. That is your key to filling your books. You want people talking about you. You want them saying, hey, I want to see Dr. Maggie. I want to see Dr. Imran. I want to see Dr. Michael, Dr. Amanda, Dr. Charu. Forbes. You've all heard of Forbes? Okay. You know, I'm to those of you who love facts, okay? I'm giving you the facts. Me, I'm like, cool, just show me. Yep, done. This is all I need to know to believe. Let me copy and let's go. So Forbes has said that leaders earn up to 5.7 times more revenue and outperform competitors by nearly 80% when they focus on customer experience. Do you think maybe that's part of the puzzle of you getting busier, filling your books? Because the same applies to you in dentistry. People need to be cared for. They need to know you care for them. That's the number one thing. If you are rushing an appointment and not spending time to find out their dog's name or their kid's name or see how their holiday was, that's where you're missing the mark. You might think, oh my gosh, I can't handle small talk. The small talk is what gets people to know, like, and trust you. Super important. Yep, I'll pop it in there. I'll just copy and paste for you the Forbes quote. Customer experience leaders earn up to 5.7 times more revenue and outperform competitors by nearly 80%. And this applies in our industry as well. I'll pop it in the chat. There we go. It's in the chat now. So how does it translate to our world? We want revenue growth. What else do we want? Any ideas? What else do we want so we can fill our books? We want revenue growth. So we want financial freedom. Yes. We want to not discount. What other things do we need? Any ideas? I'll take any ideas. There's no right or wrong. I promise. We've mentioned a few today. Yeah, educate the community. Awesome. Know, like, and trust. Super important. You want loyalty as well, don't you? Loyalty. You want referrals. Loyal patients will give you referrals. Value adding. Absolutely. Need to add value. So how do you add value in your appointments? To the experience. And it's not just a one man band thing. Your team needs to have the energy that you have. And right now you might be thinking, oh my gosh, my team is so far behind. Start educating them. Start telling them about what's out there. Start saying, hey, you need to come to this as you are and have been. The problem is a lot of people in our industry, in all industries, they don't see they have a problem until it's too late, till their books are fully empty in 6 months' time. All the damage has happened 4 to 6 months before. So what would happen if your practice or you started this trend in your practice, if you're an associate, actually focused on the experience of the customer? Kind of, I want you to go in today, tomorrow, and go and sit down and go and think, well, the patient walks here. The first thing they do is they sit at reception. So I'm going to go sit at reception. What do they hear? What do they smell? What do they feel? What conversations are they hearing? Is it the dental smell? Is it what's going on there? What's really being experienced? And then like when they walk through to the operating room or the clinical room, when they sit on the chair, like what do they see? What do they see? And if you're a business owner here, and I know some of you might have other businesses outside of dentistry as well, your community is really important. And that's why in Practice Mastery and Full Life, my community is key. I don't let anyone in my community who does not belong. I'm very selective. You should be very selective in your business as well. Who are you bringing into your team? Because all you need is one bad egg. And you might have a bad egg already. You might be too scared to let them go because you know it's so hard. The belief is so hard to find another clinician or another DA or receptionist or PM. Oh, they've been with me for 10 years. Maybe they don't have a growth mindset. Maybe they need to invest in themselves. I know everybody does. I wish university had taught us mindset. I wish, because now like my kids at school, they're learning mindset from kindergarten, from pre-K. It's crazy. It's part of the curriculum. We're behind. We need to learn these skills. So you need to know what your actual percentage, because I can tell you those guesses, for those who don't monitor, it's actually lower than you think. That's the reality of the situation. So where do you think your financial freedom lies, that hidden financial freedom? And I want to ask you, how confident are you that your booking system is maximizing the patient flow and it's minimizing no-shows? Or do you have lots of FTAs where you rock up and your books look full and then you've got 4 FTAs that day? There's something going wrong earlier in the chain. Yeah. How confident are you at your booking system? This includes the people and the actual system. Out of 10, who wants to pop a number in? Take a guess. Take a wild guess. And if you don't know, take a wild guess at the practice you work at. And again, everything here stays here. It's just so we can gauge and help each other. So I can help you most as well. 6. Yep. Any other numbers? At your confidence at your team, your confidence at the people booking your next appointments. Or are you like, I've had in some of my practices where I've had like a 20-year experienced receptionist who was in medical, but because she was local, this was in my Coonabarabran practice, all the work I had done up to reception, when I walked the patient out, she completely unraveled by her language. And she was not adaptable, so she didn't last long. And you know how hard it is in a small community to have someone exit your team when the whole community knows them. The backlash. I was prepared to face it because it was going to ruin my business. She would say to them at the front desk, oh, just call us when you want to book in again. I'm like, I just had a conversation. The patient's like about to lock in 3 appointments. Who's sabotaging you? Is it you? Is it part of your team? Is it because they need more training? Or is it because they're the wrong people in there? It's a hard reality to face a lot of the time. Yep, got 7s, 2, 8. Yeah. If we don't trust our front desk or whoever's making the bookings, and I know who's been guilty of booking it yourself in the room. I have. Yep. So I'm like, oh, it's just easier. And then you put more and more work on yourself. It's not fun. Interesting. Okay, I want to play this for you. I'm going.
Where else to learn about dental reception than at a dental reception area? Now, what we're going to cover off here is when it comes to taking payments at the end of each appointment. Doesn't matter if it's a recall, doesn't matter if it's the end of a first visit, doesn't matter if it's the end of a crown visit, does not matter what the appointment is. Always use this opportunity when the patient comes out and the dentist or the hygienist or the OHT, whoever it is, hands the patient over to the receptionist, does the handover in front of them. The thing you need to remember is always, have I said always enough times? Always book the recall in. That is the most important thing for a receptionist to do before the patient leaves. Before the patient does anything. Before you even do payment, before anything happens. I can't stress it, you can hear it in my voice. You need to always ensure that the recall has been booked. Whether it be a 3-month or a 6-month, whatever it is, lock them in. That's before you take payment. Reason being, fillings, crowns, whatever else you book, they come and go. One thing I've learned in my time is the patient always rings up when that filling appointment, if you haven't booked in the recall and the filling appointments come up, they'll ring you and they say, you know what, I can't do the filling just yet. I'll call you when I'm ready. Okay, that's fine. They do that. You try chase them up. Do they rebook? No. What's happened with me in the past is the patients have cancelled the filling appointment or the crown or whatever it is that they're getting done. And thank goodness we've still got that recall booked in, because you've got that to fall back on. The patient returns for their 6-month or 3-month recall, and you can remind them, oh, by the way, patient, what about that crown? What about that filling? That one that you rescheduled 6 months, 3 months ago. So always, remember what Peter says. Always book the
Always book the recall. It cut it off. I didn't get a chance to introduce Peter. So Peter has radio background, marketing background, studied Bachelor of Business and real estate as well. So he is the king of dialogue. And we have trained all our team, and he also trains in Practice Mastery as well. I've got some videos like this. This is taken out of one of them. And it would have helped if I had introduced him earlier. But this is Peter, and he's been manning our front desk and training. Like, I don't even do front desk training anymore. It's Peter. And if he can learn a skill, anyone can learn a skill.
Vicky, can I say something?
Yes.
We started this probably about a month ago, that the front desk, we use Dental for Windows. So you know how you got the little colours?
Mm-hmm.
We just used, I don't know, E, and it's purple. And that is a tick off from the front desk when the dentist's notes are written in, the money's receipted, and the patient is put somewhere, which is 3 months or 6 months. And if they choose not to book, we go 6 months and 2 weeks and put them in the notes. So they're still in the system and they don't get lost. But it's the front desk. They have to do that. And every night I check that they're all done.
Yep. Love it. Yep. I know other people use little faces. Thank you for sharing, Di. Let's celebrate you for sharing.
Every day I'm shuffling.
I just got here from cycling.
Welcome. Yeah. Right, more energy. Let's go.
Shuffling.
Oh, you get a double song. Double. That's brilliant. Thank you. Yeah,
But that worked really well, that system.
Yep, I've had lots of systems. Like with us, we in our system, like Peter's meticulous. So whoever's at your front desk needs to be detail oriented. Okay, if you choose one quality, they need to do that, and they need to be held accountable, because
They didn't want to do it to start with, and then of course the dentists were like, but they don't know whether I've written my notes. And I'm like, I don't care what you've written. If something's written in there, your notes are written. Don't worry about it. You can go back and fix that up later. And they're like, oh, but they're checking on us. I said, yes, they are. Just get used to it.
Yep.
Do your job and it'll be right.
Yep. Nobody leaves without a visit or without that next step. You can't just, because then you've got this massive list. Don't worry, we're going to have an activity tomorrow. Massive list of people who never book in again. Once you lose them, you lose them. They'll go somewhere else. They've got money to spend. They've opened their wallets to you. They're going to go spend it elsewhere. Thank you so much, Di. Appreciate you. Beautiful. So who is in charge of rebooking in your practice? And what do they need to learn? What do you need to teach them? What systems do you need to put in place? Do you need to maybe shift, if you own a business, shift someone else into front desk and train them up? Who's responsible for the bookings? That's where you need some clarity. So what's one thing for you that has slowed your books down right now? And that's slowing you down. Is it a person? Is it that you don't have a system? Is it no one's checking? Do you need to implement that? And don't overthink it. Just go, I'm going to commit to doing X, Y, Z. Like, this is what I need to do. I need to know, out of my 10 patients coming in today, how many actually rebooked, just like Di does in her practice, which is brilliant. We do that too. Every day we know, hey, if we don't have 100%, we're going to take some action. Not in 6 months and we go, oh, shivers, our books are empty. You take the action. And we've got automatic reminders. Like Peter has been amazing. He's set up email reminders. They go out 3 weeks before. Like he's got it meticulously planned. SMSs, utilize your practice software to help you. So it's less manual effort. Some things, yeah, we still write in the diary. Really important. So I want you to brainstorm for yourself. Well, how can you fill your books? And what do you need to teach someone from the things you've learned today, yesterday? Because you've learned a lot. And I'm just like summarizing dot point a lot of the stuff. And there's a lot that I can't even say because I need more time. Who are you going to assign to take control of your books in that regard? And to really be on your team and not sabotage you like some of my staff have. And I'm sure some of you go, yeah, I know exactly who's sabotaging right now. How can you fix that bottleneck? Because that is 100% one of the bottlenecks. They're too soft at front desk. They need to be trained in sales. They need to be trained in dialogue. And this is what we do in Practice Mastery Certification. Dialogue is really important. Really, really important. Is this hitting home for some of you? Yep, I can see, yep. Treatment plans. That's one thing I want to touch on real quick too. How many are you sending out every day from your patients that come in with your checkup and cleans and your 6 monthlies? Are your dentists actually sending them out if you have a business? Have you never looked? Have you looked at your drafts folder? Have you looked at the incomplete treatment plans? There's lists for that. You can print lists for anything these days.
I got another question.
Yeah, go for it.
Pain in the ass dentist. I'd read his notes because I was checking that that the patient had rebooked, and he says, "Oh, incidentally, told patient about large fillings and cracks and will need a crown." But he didn't write it in the treatment plan. So I went in there, the next day, and I said, "That's a treatment plan. Why haven't you written it in the treatment plan?" And he goes, "Oh, but she doesn't really want to do it." And I said, "No, she doesn't want to do it right now, but it's still a treatment plan. And if she goes and talks to Susan at tennis and she says, 'Oh, I just cracked a tooth and I've got to get a crown,' she rings up and nobody in the team knows what the hell you said to her. And then they have to come and interrupt you. For God's sake, write it in the treatment plan." So he writes it in the treatment plan, but he wrote, "Patient won't be doing it until next year, until health fund kicks in." But at least it's there.
Yeah. Treatment plans need to go out for everyone. Everyone. Yeah. The next step. If people don't know the next step, they're not going to commit. Thank you for sharing. And that's been a gripe of mine too. And I've had to train my team and let go of people who are just not inclined that way. Because once associates realize the financial impact of no rebooking, like we can't operate a business if there's no patients there. I can't pay my team if we don't have patients in the chair. Like you die. Okay. And we deeply care for our team. Anyone who's a business owner, you deeply care for your team's financial freedom as well. And yeah, you can't, like, dentistry is expensive. Our profit margins, I don't know if you know, they've reduced by significant amounts over the last 14 years of my practice ownership. And yes, if you're rural, you'll make more money versus city. That's a fact. But you'll also work your butt off. So do you need to start leading a bit more? Even as an associate, do you need to start kind of leading for yourself? And this is for everyone. You need to start putting those treatment plans out. Because I want to share with you what Josh said. So Josh, I don't know if the video will start. I don't want to click yet. But Josh is one of my top tier clients. He came in with Practice Mastery Certification. And for like 3 months, I was saying, "Josh, your treatment plans. Josh, your treatment plans. That's where your magic lies." And I'm telling you, all of this, your treatment plans are where there's a lot of money hidden as well. Put your treatment plans out. "Oh, I'm so tired by the end of the day. I'm exhausted. I don't know why my books are empty." I go, "How many treatment plans have you put out today?" "None." I'm like, "Okay, can we aim for 3 today? Can you aim for like 1 to 3 a day?" And then one day it clicked for him and he completely changed everything. And now he is so busy, and he's in Sydney. He's so busy because he said, "Vicky, I took your advice. I finally did it." He pulled his thumb out. Like, he's like, "Okay, Vicky's giving me the solution part of it." Like, we talked about a lot of stuff, but this was a key thing for him. And everyone's got the thing that's the bottleneck for them. Yep. So I'll just play this. It should start.
Before working with Vicky, I honestly felt pretty overwhelmed. I had all these big ideas for my business, but I was, just juggling way too many things at once, and I didn't really have a clear system or direction. I knew where I wanted to go, but I just felt stuck, and I wasn't moving forward the way that I wanted to. My biggest challenge was probably finding clarity and focus. I had the motivation and the vision, but I didn't know what steps would actually, move the needle. It felt like I was busy all the time, but not necessarily productive. And what really made the difference working with Vicky was how she, cut through all the noise and just helped me focus on the things that actually mattered. She gave me practical frameworks and held me accountable, the way that made me take action instead of just planning. So the one piece of advice I'd give to anyone considering working with her is, be open and ready to implement straight away. Because if you do, the results, they come faster than you think. So now things feel completely different. I feel like I've got more structure. I know my priorities, and I've actually made changes in the business that I've been putting off for months. The biggest shift was really stepping back to see the bigger picture and then breaking it down into actionable steps that I could, follow. So yeah, right now I feel more confident, more in control, more excited about where I'm heading. I've got momentum again, and that's something I wouldn't have had without Vicky's support. So yeah, if you're considering basically doing, working with Vicky, I highly recommend. It makes all the difference, and yeah, highly recommend it.
I know we're out of time. It goes really quick, doesn't it? So you can imagine, like my group calls, we cover a lot of stuff really quickly because I want to see you guys win. Thank you to Josh for saying that. So Josh has come a really big way. I know some of you have to go. I won't keep you long. This is your homework. Take a screenshot. We've talked about heaps today. I know there's some questions in there. We've got who's written it? Henriette said sending treatment plan. Yeah. So yeah, you can print it. You absolutely have to present it on the day, but they also need it in writing, or you give them a copy, whether it's email or copy. People need to know their next steps. Okay, if that's one thing you learned today, do that. And then can you please pop your homework into the group like you have been? It's an easy homework today. Tomorrow, a little bit more intense. Okay, I want you to take some action on things. And so pop this in. Thank you to those who have done their homework. If you haven't done yesterday's homework, do it today as well. Really important. And I appreciate you. And I'll also leave a little bit of time tomorrow to answer more questions. So yes, there's many ways to do a treatment plan. You've just got to do it. Do your treatment plan. So important, because that's where you have hidden money. And if your associates are not sending them out, you're not going to fill your books, because people have not understood, hey, I need to do X, Y, Z next. Make sense? Yep. Lots of love to all of you. Homework is clear. Tomorrow is day 3, communication. Amazing. Have a gorgeous day. Let's pop some awesome songs on. And let's go.
The weekend,
The weekend, yeah. But soon.
I don't wanna wait. Got no reason not to celebrate. Baby, I just don't wanna wait. Swimming in the deep blue, got me thinking about you. I'm just trying to